I'm Jessica Nelson. I went to NJCU, musical theater. I lived at home. I didn't want to go there though. I lived right down the street from it. My dad also worked for NJCU. He was an engineer, so he did heating and air conditioning on campus. He also was the supervisor for the construction sites on campus. I'm happy I did go there though, because I'm debt-free right now. And I also got a scholarship. And since college, I've been doing spoken word. I write and I perform original poetry. And it's very musical for me to use words. And my poetry is much more personal. Sometimes it's like the poem is writing you instead of you writing the poem. I started performing poetry in 2010 in Jersey City, and I trained as an actor. Since then, say 5 or 6 years, I've been doing collages and media art. I do collage, mixed media art, so using found images or found objects in a lot of my work. I've been doing, I look for very interesting shapes, lines, and images. And I don't normally have a plan. I just start moving things around in space. And then it creates this very surreal type narratives. And in that way, the viewer can find their very own world in the collage. I like creating work that you can look at more than once and find something different every single time. So I write my original work. I really want to capture honesty and truth, whatever that means. My objective in anything that I create is to make someone feel or to move them in some type of way or to make them think. I'm very interested in the very world around me. I find a lot of things beautiful. And my parents definitely encouraged and supported me in my interest in art and performing. My mother performed a bit. She was a dancer. They're professional. And my dad, he grew up playing jazz. And I got the theater bug from my Uncle John, who lived in Manhattan most of my life. He really does a lot of theater. My uncle will buy me tickets to the Broadway shows for Christmas every single year. And I will always know what show it was because he will always buy me the soundtrack. Later in the year, we would go see the show. And so he really introduced me into theater. And my grandfather, on my mom's side, he was an artist. So he was a painter. And when I was very young, say 6 or 7 years old, I really wanted to paint. But then I realized that painting was very hard. And then he tried to teach me, but I got really frustrated, so I quit. And I don't think that you should regret anything in life, unless you hurt someone, of course. But I really regret not spending enough time creating, or being brave enough to take control of the time that I use in order to create the most art. Life is an art in a way. And sometimes I just wish that I just stepped out of my own way. I want to travel. By this time next year, I want to teach in another country. I want to go back to Peru and write a play. I want to perform my original work. And I haven't auditioned for anything in a long time. My goal is to be deliberate and fearless. Never get comfortable, because nothing is certain.